All right. Hey, welcome back to the Go for CEO channel. I am your host, John Andrade. So look, today is January 23rd, 2021, and it is Separation Saturday. Why? Because we got goals, baby. Hey, look, I'm kind of doing a little bit of a different look today. Hope you enjoy it. It's coming from our conference room area, and I'm going to have a little bit of a different message today. It's going to be coming from a book that I'm reading in January here. And one of my goals this year for 2021 is to finally hit 24 books in a year. It's been something I've been challenging myself for a few years. I have not hit it. I have not done it. 2019, I did 18. Last year, I did 21. I did not hit 24 books. But this year, we're looking for 24 books in a year. That's a third. I've said to myself, if I can do a third of what most regular CEOs, if you Google this, an average CEO reads 60 books a month. A year. 60 books a year. 60 books a month would be incredible, right? 60 books a year is still phenomenal. And that is the mindset of a CEO. So what is this channel about? It's about being driven by mindset, going for CEO, and anything from being CEO, entrepreneur, founder, entrepreneur inside of a company, but literally delivering on Saturdays the way you separate yourself from a 9-to-5 mentality to being someone that's driven and to go for CEO. So, all right, difference today is we are reading this book, Your Next 5 Moves, Master the Art of the Business Strategy by Patrick Bet-David, one of the guys I follow. He's got a phenomenal, incredible 2.5 million plus subscriber base in his Valuetainment. But he came out with his book last August, I believe, and I finally picked it up early this year in January. Obviously, it's the first month. But I'm going to read to you today 2 pages, page 138 and page 139. I hope that you'll stay with me here for a few minutes and just enjoy what this actually is. You know, how to recognize that you can categorize people according to the following 4 trust levels. Look, the number one reason people buy from you, the number one reason they will do anything with you, become a friend, or anything like that, is usually because they like you. But very, very close, almost a 1A, is if they trust you. If you're a trustworthy person, have you been the type of person in your life that has backstabbed people, that have been willing to do whatever it takes to make it to succeed and step on people? Or is it more that you've done it the right way, you've worked your butt off, and you did it the right way? That's the type of people trust. But we're going to talk about page 138 and 139 in this phenomenal book, January. So I'm going to read it to you. Yes, I hope you've enjoyed my voice over the last few videos. But so it begins and says, here's how to do it. First way to recognize that you can categorize people according to their following 4 trust levels. So look, grab a glass of wine. Maybe you're smoking a cigar. Maybe you're just getting away. Maybe you're just driving and it's your, education on wheels. But I'm going to read these 2 pages. And I want to share with you this great vision of this awesome book and finding ways of recognizing people that you can trust. So the first one is stranger. So categorize people as strangers when you have 0 experience with them. They may seem trustworthy. They're charming, friendly, and talk a good game. Instinctively, you may like them and trust them. Remember, though, that even in homicidal sociopaths can gain people's trust. Experience is the best teacher. If you don't have personal knowledge of someone or know an individual who worked with him, put him into the category or her of stranger and don't trust him or her until you know more about them. So that is stranger. Number 2, the endorsed category is for people who arrive with a track record. They are recommended by people you trust or possess a resume that demonstrates their ability to deliver what they promise. You still need to be wary because resumes can be fudged and recommendations may reflect bias or an unwillingness to be completely honest. Still, this category should provide a somewhat greater possibility that an individual is worthy of your trust. So let's go over those first two, right? Strangers, someone that you just first meet. Gosh, man, they have a winning personality. There's going to be people that you just love right away. I mean, you really attract to them. But should you immediately trust them? Probably not, right? And it's suggesting that in this book. There's some people that actually, I've rubbed people this way where they just don't like me. I mean, literally they walk away and they're like, that guy, John, I don't know. I don't like that guy. And I've had the person that they told that to tell me, and I'm like, what did I do? But some people just don't like you, right? So vice versa. There's going to be strangers, but then there's recommended people, endorsed, like, hey, you should talk to my friend Joe. You should talk to my friend Sally. Hey, you should really, talk to John. He's a great guy, can share with you some good financial stuff, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? That's an endorsed. It's called edifying someone. Now, here's the third one. Individuals who are trusted are those with whom you possess personal experience. One way or another, they've demonstrated their loyalty, honesty, reliability. They are more trustworthy than those in the endorsed category because you've witnessed their positive traits, not just heard about them secondhand, but actually witnessed them. So again, trusted. They've entered that zone of trust, and that's a really, really great place to be. And I hope that most of us strive for that opportunity, right? Strive for being in that trusted zone and finding those people that we can create that type of trust with and give trust to. And the last type of person that you could categorize for 4 levels of trust. This is the last one, the most important one. Stay tuned here. Running mate is the highest category, and you're not likely to have more than one individual who fits this description. This is the professional equivalent of your best friend. This is someone whom you call when you have a problem or are an opportunity, and who will immediately ask, hey, what can I do? What can I do to help you? If you need someone to help you out of a jam, he or she will move mountains to assist. Before you despair that you lack a running mate or start searching for one, recognize that finding one can take time and experience. It says in the book here, it took me lots of battles to discover my running mate. I had to learn the hard way who could be trusted and who was to be trusted absolutely. My trust had to be betrayed before I developed a mental measuring system. Recognize too that the more successful you become, the fewer people you're able to trust. If you've read motivational books or heard motivational speakers, you've been fed a lot of propaganda about developing large networks of trusted people. Maybe this is true if you're a consultant, but if you're running a business, you will learn the hard way, as I have, that you can't trust everyone. And those you do trust, you can't trust equally. Talk to any savvy entrepreneur, and you'll hear stories about trusted lieutenants who betrayed them, about employees that they considered family who bolted as soon as they received a better offer. Remember Donnie Brasco? You guys remember Donnie Brasco? Yeah. Don't expect to build big circles of trust. Forget about working with tons of people with whom you trust in your life. Instead, your expectation should be that you'll place each person in one of the 4 categories: stranger, endorsed, trusted, or running mate. Once you do, you are much likely to be burned and you are much less likely to be burned, and you will have a good idea of whom you can trust and how much you can trust them. So look, Separation Saturdays, I felt like doing something different today. I had a couple great meetings this morning. Actually been in a webinar for what we do on the financial world. If you ever need any help, hit me up, DM me, send me a message. I'm in the business and personal finance world, doing some great things, but this channel is a labor of love, and I hope that you're enjoying Separation Saturdays. And like always, if you're driven by mindset, keep going for CEO.